I was in global from January to March of this year, 2009, and I went to Nairobi, Kenya to work for K24 TV. How can we really truly expect for the United States to help Kenya with the HIV/AIDS problem, with the corruption problem, with the trade agreements?
We can take that to be a pointer that he has some of these issues at heart, simply because this is the cradle land of his father.
I picked Nairobi because they allowed their interns to actually work on air, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be an on-air reporter. So the experience, along with the experience of being in Kenya and Africa around that time, election time, or inauguration time for the United States, it was very exciting.
Hundreds gathered with officials of the U.S. Embassy Tuesday night for one common goal: to celebrate President Barack Obama.
We are faithfully the president.
20 years back, nobody ever believed that Obama would become the president of the most powerful nation on earth.
My favorite was covering a fire that was at a supermarket chain store in downtown Nairobi.
As the smoke clears at the scene of Wednesday's downtown Nakumatt fire, one thing's clear for security analysts and residents: Nairobi is not ready when disaster strikes.
From what I've seen on the ground, what we are seeing on the screens, this country does not seem to have learned anything on managing disasters.
Simu Iwerunga, the executive director of the East African Institute of Security Studies, says the uncertainty and panic could have been prevented if a sound disaster plan had been in place.
It was very, very confusing at first. I had every kind of obstacle, from a language barrier to my feet were hurting to not getting enough information from the Kenya Red Cross at first. But I came out of it with a really good story on disaster preparedness and insurance coverage that, to everyone's surprise, not to everyone's surprise, to my surprise though, everyone was very vocal about the city not really being prepared for the next disaster.
Officials say the response was the best it could have been given the resources at hand, but that the city could use a stronger framework for handling disasters.
At policy level, we need direction in terms of response, in terms of preparedness. Just direction.
One of the things that this experience does when I am applying or talking to people about jobs is it just gives me a great conversation piece to start off talking about, you know. And the experience that I got just rushing, covering different kinds of stories was also a great thing too. And not many of the applicants can say that they had this chance, so it definitely sets me apart from the pack in that way. So I'm really glad I did it.